and went to say goodbye to you as a super kind gesture that you seem to have appreciated because it was kind. I'm sorry if it's upsetting that I would move on at all 6 months later, but I've handled you and I with the utmost love and respect.
6 months.
Thanks. Don't ruin all the kindness. You're better than that. And then I guess she shared where they were having a bit of a steamy conversation. And as you can see by the dates there, when they're having that current conversation, it's 8:31. They were having the steamy conversation on 7:13. So that is over a month and a half before, he went more public with this new girl. She says, whatever helps you get through the day, gotta focus on mine now, adios. And he says, this is a new side of you, Sarah.
What?
I care about you and will always be a...
Gotta focus on mine now, adios. You wasn't focused on yours, though. But you wasn't. You've been focused on his nonstop for months. Not because he asked you to. You're just bitter.
Friends, as I have been. Yes,
What?
we did 2 months ago, and that is accurate. That is almost 2 months ago. Jonah then says, screenshotting intimate text between us is a huge triggering violation for me, and breach of trust as a friend, as I've explained to you about breaches of trust I have had recently between trusted friends that have caused me trauma. I'm incredibly hurt and feel a lack of safety where I've always trusted you. I'm sorry if a former partner moving on is painful. And I am
right. And I see a lot of women online telling me, oh, look at him using his therapy words. Excuse me. You mean the way you're supposed to convey your feelings after you've gone to therapy and learn how to process your feelings and express it in a healthy way? You mean that way, the way that you're supposed to? You know what? This video has been sponsored by you guys, my supporters. Without you guys, man, because I get demonetized a lot. This video might get demonetized. So, man, I appreciate the heck out of you guys. Hold up. I had to stop this real quick just to let y'all know that I need you to hit the like button. Oh, yeah. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Just check. Just check. YouTube be unsubscribing people or whatnot. Make sure that you sub and drop some comments. Put Fang in the comment sections. Let me know that you rock with me. Also, don't forget to check me out on Patreon. Helps me keep going. You never know, man. I might get canceled. You might come on here. I might be gone tomorrow. Never know. Check me out on Patreon and find exclusive content. You also get early access to a bunch of stuff as well. All right, back to the video with your anxious ass. But where you going to that you got to rush? Play the video. Straight crazy, bro. I'm telling you.
Empathize with that. But I've done nothing wrong, and if I wasn't a public person, wouldn't face this kind of violation. And having shared that with you, and then watching you be like this today shatters my ability to trust anybody even further. I've always shown you kindness and support. Right. And what he's talking about there is some messages.
Yo, fam, people don't know. If you go before you get to the girlfriend stage, just friendship, right? Like as a YouTuber, and I can tell you just from me, fam, people will leak DMs like it's nobody's business, no matter how cool you think you are, you're friends with them, whatever. Me, I go by that. I say everything in private that I will say in public things. So if someone leak DMs for me, so what? Whatever, but it's still disgusting. And because I've seen that happen to so many people, and people try to leak my DMs, like I got to be real iffy with the whole YouTube friendship thing. I have people I'm cool with. I have people that I respect. I have people that I collab with, right? But I really take friendship as a more serious thing, especially if I want you to be around me and no personal things type of stuff. Yeah. I got to be real iffy. So I understand the fear that he's talking about. Straight up, I might have blocked her immediately. I might have not have explained anything to her. Once I started seeing these signs, I'm quick to just keep my distance, bro. But then usually people get upset and they do exactly what this woman's doing. I have cut off so many content creators, so many YouTubers because I seen the signs of toxicity and they started doing this bullcrap, flipping everything and trying to expose and try to destroy.
That I'm going to show you guys here in a minute. That she was leaking onto some sort of more private Instagram. She was leaking all this private information about Jonah because she was so mad at the fact that he had moved on. Jonah goes on to say, but no, I've been supportive of you and a friend. And she says, you have. And eventually one of us would move on. And I knew that. And it's been 6 months.
So what's the problem? And I think he gave her money. That's what it was making it seem like. But what's the issue then? If he's been a friend, why are you doing this to him?
And I feel that is appropriate. It's complicated, sure. A phone call could help, but not now. I have a busy day ahead of me, work to do. And then he says, to say you feel gaslit when I was being nice is absurd. So yeah, basically he was trying to keep things cordial. He was still trying to keep her as a friend. And she saw
now she knows that she has power. So now she's on some, man, I'll talk to you whenever I feel like it. But mind you, she's the one that started this whole thing. This is disgusting to me. She's a horrible person. I'm not someone that's like quick to like try to judge someone's morals. Like, this is a person I would never want to be around. I wouldn't want to do business with. I wouldn't want nothing to do with. That, like, you are trying to destroy and ruin this man's life. And mind you, he has a child. He has a child now. You are purposely, blatantly telling people, don't watch yourself, cancel, trying to take money out of his child's mouth. You're trying to stop his children from eating. This person is disgusting, bro.
Oh, that is him trying to basically string her along. Now, here's where things get very interesting to me. So it's continuing that text where he says, to say you feel gaslit when I was being nice is absurd. You were hurt that I kissed someone and that I am beginning to date. Fair. You have not been gaslit. You have been treated, in fact, incredibly, both emotionally and financially. So there was a financial element to this relationship that was still going on months after they were not together.
He was still, but I think he was afraid because he knew. He knew.
He said that he's been a trusted ear when she needed one, and that he eventually moved on after she moved away. Like a gentleman, he says. And then he's talking about how he was stalked outside of his home. He's talking about those paparazzi photos that leaked his new girlfriend. And he's saying now you're trying to frame that as him being inappropriate or him gaslighting her, and he won't stand for it. He said, I've treated you beautifully. I'm sorry you were hurt. I have been hurt by certain things you have done. I'm sorry the media is allowed to stalk me. So basically, she was mad at him for something out of his control. And she says, you have been kind, supportive, and also in need of my support. And that's where it's been confusing to me as to where we stand. So I thought this guy was some sort of misogynist. I thought he was some sort of insane person. But now you're saying basically, I still wanted to be with you. This is why I use the word gaslight. I'm not saying it's intentional. I'm really fucking shocked and confused right now.
So she's saying all of this is because I wanted to be with you, even though you told me that you didn't want to be with me. You told me you was going to move on. You was respectful. I still wanted to be with you because you were my friend. So I feel hurt because I thought you was going to wait for me. Oh, you know how many fam back in the day, right? Back before BXB's boy discovered himself, right? And knew who he was, right? I've definitely had some situations with some chicks that have rejected me. That's part of life. Turn you down, right? But then I have 100% once I found myself and bettered myself in life and moved on. And once she had like 5 kids, she was messing with a lot of Tyrones and Pookies and had like 1,000 kids. And then she come back to me. And I'm like, why are you coming to me for? Years later, I don't even know you. Oh, I just, you were nice back in the day. Maybe we could go out. No, thank you. I'm not answering. What? How dare you not wait years for me? Bitch, it was high school. What are you talking about? I'm old as hell right now. High school? So yeah, there's a lot of females that believe that, like, if you like them once, they have claim to you for your entire life. The show How I Met Your Mother had an exact episode about this, and even put what's his name? They had a saying for it. Putting someone on the hook or putting someone on the hanger.
She then goes on to say, good luck to you in your speed search for a wifey. So she's still being very spiteful there, very bitter. Hit me up when you can be a real homie, not a baby boy gameplay, conscious or not. So she's calling him a baby.
Wait, now, I thought you making it seem like you wanted a husband, but he was being a real homie. He was being a real homeboy. He was being your friend. And that wasn't good enough for you. Yo, you wanted him on the hanger for you. You wanted him to wait forever for you. That's what it was.
She's calling him immature. Wow. Wait till you guys see the things that she was posting publicly last year during this time, and you're going to see who was really immature. And this girl continues to make herself look awful with these voice memos that she shares.
It's not all trash talking. They're like so many people going, look at this pattern. We can dissect this with this violence wheel and like.
Insane.
What?
Yeah. It's my right to. I'm taking back my power right now, and I didn't realize how much of my power he took away from me by tricking me into thinking I didn't have it.
She's such
also,
a victim.
So many women.
Shorty said, I'm taking back my power. Wow. Shorty said, I'm taking back my power.
my life have said that just by me posting those conversations, it validated their experience. Like they were so treated powerful. Shit by a guy, but they were like,
shit's a joke.
Oh my gosh, I see the same pattern in these messages that I had. It's like if one of the women in his past actually were able to get a screenshot to me that was absurd, it would have been that one external factor that validated the reality I was losing a grip of.
So yeah, she's just like extra going out of her way to make herself not only try and look like a victim, I guess.
It's so crazy. So should he talk to every ex-boyfriend you ever had? So what if your ex-boyfriend came and lied to him? Should he just go by whatever your ex-boyfriend said? Because exes are never upset. Yeah. Yo, this is so disgusting, bro. I'm telling you, this is nasty. This is and this is social media has caused this. Things like this would have never seen the light of day, right? But now everything has a voice. Everything. Things that people just make up because they hurt and bitter.
Yes, but really feel like one. Like, oh, if even one of his ex-girlfriends can please reach out to me. Also, confirming my story, calling him an asshole. Oh, I feel so validated. This shit is crazy. He's moved on. He has a baby with someone else. You need to move on too.
In it, if I had seen a screenshot from one of his exes, I could have seen.
Yeah, she's saying that she wanted to see a screenshot from one of his exes previous to this. So I think that she's trying to excuse this is why she's doing it. She wants to warn his future girlfriends of all existence for the rest of eternity. Every girlfriend he has for the rest of his life needs to know how wrong she was.
Saved me so much hurt.
Oh no, it could have saved her so much hurt. This stuff is such bullshit, man. And this is where it just gets hilarious, guys. She starts sharing all these different TikToks, okay? Look at this absolute spineless simp. Okay, I don't want to call him a simp just because he has a girlfriend. Like, obviously, you're not simping for your own girl. But this guy is a pussy.
Hey, babe. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go out like this when we run our errands.
Oh, nice. Looking cute.
Yeah. I think this is good. I don't know if I want to,
I'm dying of
here or, just really ride that up.
Oh, yeah. Looks great, babe.
Really?
No one wants to see you out there like that, chick.
That's facts. That no one is trying to look at that and see that. But the fact that he just, it's fine. It's okay. I didn't want to point out what's on the wall in the back. I didn't want to point out what was in the room in the background.
I can go out like this?
Yeah. I mean, if you feel comfortable with it.
You sure?
Slap you, my son.
We walk out and other men start ogling at me and looking at me.
Well, then they have good taste, but I know that you would turn them down because you're with me.
And see how fucking simple that is?
No.
See how simple that is?
Why are you seeking validation from other men? Explain that to me. Why? There's no explanation you can give for why you would want to show other men that you are quote unquote not interested in. Why are you giving them a show?
I'm not wearing this because it's cold, so I'm going to put something else on. But see how simple that is?
And here's where things get extra spicy, guys. I have the old post from last year when all this was actually starting to go down and she was extra bitter. Shout out to my guy Miguel for sending me this. Okay, he was out there on the prowl. He was looking for that evidence because this makes her look really bad. So this is from some famous account that's all within the celebrity gossip genre. She says today's headlines revolve solely around her side of the text thread, which if you've been following me, you know it's a trend that I despise. One day last August, I sat with a small group of people watching via Instagram stories as Sarah unloaded a series of personal texts between her and Jonah during and after their breakup. The texts were very personal. I wondered why she felt the need to share them with everyone following her and bash him so publicly. First, she says this after they broke up on her public story, saying, I've got to stop falling for effeminate men with mommy issues. You guys, it's not working out well for me, but they're just so cute and needy and helpless. Ugh, I can't help myself. How do I stop? Seems like she's being a little...
Yeah, that seems pretty toxic to me. That seems toxic as heck. If you would say that you want Pookie and Ray Rays, right? You're seeking that, you want the Tyrones, then that's on you. And fam, when someone in a man's field, red pill, says this to a woman, she loses her mind. You're choosing these types of men, right? If you claim it's all on them, you're being toxic. Like a lot of what I'm telling you, I could tell you stories for days. I used to be picking people's brains and just, let me see, let me talk to her about this. Let me talk to you about this. And fam, a lot of chicks that I've known would purposely choose toxic men because of the other things that they could get beneficial from them. And they think that they could disregard the toxic stuff. Like you say, a chick say she likes hood men. You know that there's a lot of bad things that entail with that. But that few or maybe even one good thing to her temporarily is worth it. And then when you get older and you mature, you start to hit the wall, you realize that you want these other things as well.
A little bit toxic there, right? She says, clarification, I was not trying to get back with him. Oh, but she was just also crying about how he got a new girlfriend and he was apparently leading her on. She says it was nowhere close to that. Just checking in, saying hi, as we have been doing for months. That's exactly what he said you were doing. He's been having a really hard time recently and been leaning on my emotional support as a friend extra lately. Pick a bitch to be your therapist. You can't have two. Ugh. Yeah.
That's Joe. See, this men and women should not be friends, bro. I said it. I've said this and people have argued with me 1,000 times, man. I think it's rare. I think there's rare exceptions. But fam, he is coming to you as a friend to talk about his issues. That's not allowed? Then you're not friends. Stop reaching out to him. You said you're not dating, right? You reached out to him multiple times because you talking about some friends, right? We reach out back and forth. Okay, stop that. Cut it off. Because clearly that's impossible for you. A man comes to you to tell you about his emotions because he's been going through a lot with his family, and you decide to post it on your story and expose his private information that he personally came to you because he was having issues, and you're mad that he didn't want to marry you and put a baby in you? You are toxic and disgusting, bro. Men, take note, bro. Take note. I do recommend go and get a male therapist rather than call your ex and complain about issues in your personal life, because this is what she's going to do. Instead of maybe not even publicly on like Twitter, maybe Facebook or something, maybe Twitter or something, or maybe just her group chat with the rest of her female friends that go laugh at you. When you actually came to her for her to hear you out because you was in a time of need, she's going to laugh and point at you. And then say, how come you didn't marry me? She's a public figure, and this is what you do. You broke his trust multiple times, bro. Multiple times. This is an external party. This is literally a whole nother person. This is a vlogger who screenshotted these and made sure, like, oh, let me record this on my other phone. People think that people don't got two phones. Vloggers and people within the media game got two phones. They're taking pictures of this, bro.
Yeah, so he was leaning on you emotionally and you were leaning on him financially. I think you forgot to put that part in your story. This woman wonders what triggered this whole expose that's been going on the last couple of weeks. Jonah moved on and was photographed with a new woman shortly after their split. She was mad. She was even back then posting, someone please tell them it's not me. You know, she's loving all the attention. She's that type of chick. That's when she had texted him saying, hey, let your publicist know that ain't me, all bitter and angry. She says that was her vibes right now. My ex-husband is dead. So obviously she was just so jealous. She was being eaten up.
He wasn't even your husband. He not even your husband, miss. He not even your husband, no.
By that green monster. She shares a post basically saying, oh, she's going crazy. She needs those psycho hospital socks. And yeah, she's just so salty saying, homie bought a house for us 5 months ago, had me measure my ring finger size and named our first child. Thinks he's ready for another relationship already. I guess he was, he's having this baby. LOL, good luck, Mr. Codependent, anxious attachment style. Yeah, look, the thing is, it didn't work out between you guys. I've had a couple girlfriends in the past. We talked about, we could have a baby, we could get married, and guess what? 1 month later, it's over. It happens. That's what you say in relationships. You ponder the future, you imagine the perfect life, but guess what?
Yeah, and just sometimes it don't work out. Then you move on with your life. Fam, like, what? Men can't get that off. Promises a chick that made to me before we even broke up. It happened all the time. So that's just part of life. It's fine. It's okay. things happen, you grow apart, both of you gonna move on. You know, but you told me we was gonna go down to the Piggly Wiggly.
It doesn't always work out. That doesn't mean you have to be so damn bitter.
Right.
The text I saw from Jonah was a lot of him apologizing to her for having to see photos of him with a new woman. That's very accurate to what was posted on her story.
Honestly, if he had like detached from me emotionally, like not been depending on me in a partner kind of way since the breakup, or at least the past few months, I'd be maybe happy. But his timeline's just f***ing whack. Like, good luck, buddy.
Yo, this is crazy, bro. This is the stuff that she just, why was this necessary? Like, I ain't gonna front. This is a big, like, I ain't gonna say fear, but this is a big thing with me. I don't want my personal stuff out there because I have people that I want to protect. I'm a public figure. I don't need my family out there, like, at all. So, like, if I'm dating a chick and we break up, right? If that ever happens, for her to expose anything like that, that's so jacked up. And it would probably ruin relationships, right? Like with Jonah, like I kind of feel bad for him now because this is terrifying. Now he just got another woman pregnant and he's, you know, with her. He has to be like terrible, yo, fam. He has to be scared now with this other chick. And now this girl saying that she's helping her. She's actually going to be making it harder for this woman that he has a child with now because now he's going to be putting up walls and have all types of things blocking him and not want to talk and not want to be vulnerable.
And fucking rude to me.
Yeah, but it wasn't rude on her end to be relying on his finances, right?
Crazy. Straight up relying on his finances.
And then she's just more spiteful on this story saying, oh, so apparently I can't have a family and career. Okay. And then it was a text from him saying, all I want in life is to be a family person and start a family. So that is and will be my immediate goal. And he did follow through with that. He had a baby with this other woman and put a ring on that finger. I respect that yours is your career and I respect it deeply. I hope we both get what we want. So obviously it was not working out. She says, honestly, what a badge of fucking honor to have yet another relationship in this way.
Yo, it would be a badge of honor to have another relationship in that way so politely. I wish any of my exes paid all my bills. Just to show that there was no hard feelings. Like, what? This chick is crazy. This is the most polite thing. Jonah Hill is too nice. That's probably why things weren't working out. You were too nice, bro.
This woman also speculates that, you know, back when this happened over the weekend, the fact that it is all over the news and major headlines today means she likely reached out to certain outlets to amplify her side of the story.
Exactly.
Basically, guys, what I'm saying here is at this point, I see Jonah as 100% innocent. He did not do anything wrong. He was very straightforward with what he wanted in life. And this is really just the bitter ex-girlfriend mad that he actually got what he wanted after she was shitting on this guy over and over again after they had broken up. She tried to paint him out to be a misogynist, a narcissist, all these different terrible things, when in reality, he really just moved on and now she is extra bitter. But y'all let me know what you guys think about the situation down below. I'm Team Joe.
I think she a nasty, bitter, evil, wicked witch from the Wizard of Oz. I think she filthy. I think she foul. I wouldn't want to be around her. I wouldn't want to be near her. Like, she gets no respect from me as far as I'm concerned. That keep your distance, fellas. Stay away from girls like that. For real, it's going to save you in the long run. But that's just what I think. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Straight nasty out here in these streets. Yikes. Also, check me out on Patreon and channel memberships. It's great. And my music, it's linked in the description.